the word itself, they bring to mind a specific product, service, or some element of an experience you've had recently. Although there are many definitions of quality, the American Society of Quality offers this one, as stated in your text. The totality of features and characteristics of a product or service that bears on its ability to satisfy stated or implied needs. How do you measure the quality of the features and characteristics of a product or service? One of the primary methods is through the use of statistical process control. Darden Restaurants is no stranger to statistical process control. The techniques are part of the very foundation of the company's extensive quality program. As one of the world's largest publicly traded casual dining restaurant companies based on market share and company-owned restaurant revenues, Darden Restaurants serve more than 300 million meals annually in nearly 1,450 restaurants across the U.S. and Canada. The company's other brands, Smoky Bones and Bahama Breeze, help bring total company annual sales revenue to over $5.2 billion. In order to assure both customers and the company that expectations of quality are met, Darden uses a rigorous and systematic inspection process as part of its Farm to Fork program. Before any meal is placed before a restaurant guest, the ingredients approved for each recipe must pass inspections beginning at the source, ranging from measurement and weighing to smelling, touching, or lab testing. More than 50 food scientists, microbiologists, and public health professionals comprise the Quality Assurance Department. Teams spread throughout Southeast Asia, in China, Thailand, and Singapore, and Latin America in Ecuador, Honduras, and Chile approve, inspect, and purchase more than 50 million pounds of seafood each year for North American restaurant use. Darden, like many firms, used to ensure quality in at the end of the supply chain by inspecting in the U.S. Now, because of its partnering and coaching with vendors abroad, it needs only a few domestic verification labs to verify compliance.
Here at Darden, we do have an extensive verification process, and we try to take it back as far as we can, as early in the process of whatever it is that we're looking at. So we take it to the farms, we take it to the ponds, and that's where it needs to begin. The total quality effort, you cannot build total quality at the end. You have to build it in early in the process. So we start with, if you're looking at shrimp, we go to the ponds in which they're aquacultured and ensure that those ponds are not contaminated with salmonella or with antibiotics. We have a team of 50 people located worldwide. 20% of the department is outside of the U.S., mostly in Asia and Latin America. For the seafood portion, then their role is to be present in all of these vendor facilities. We're buying from a number of different countries, and ensure that the vendors understand our expectations, and not only our expectations, but that these vendors are equipped to meet the FDA criteria.
Doing a thorough job means using time-tested total quality management tools.
We use a number of total quality management tools at Darden to ensure the quality of the finished products. And it can range from SPC charts, we have Pareto charts, we have flow diagrams, all of the processes within each vendor facilities has to be translated to a process flow so we can clearly understand from a risk assessment where the potential risks are so that we can ensure that the proper controls are in place. We have fishbone diagrams, we have scatter charts, and we have a number of tools. Again, it's all in the spirit of assessing risk and ensuring that the products consistently meet the specification. Virtually every tool that you see in your textbook, we're applying here at Darden.
Statistical process control, or SPC charts, are particularly important. 3 of the SPC charts used at Darden are the X-bar chart, which measures the average weight of food products, the R chart, which shows the range between the heaviest and lightest individual products, and the capability histogram, which shows the distribution of the weights.
We use SPC charts to ensure the consistency of the different parameters for many different products. We use SPC charts to monitor the thickness and the weights of steaks. Similarly, we use SPC charts for salmon fillets to ensure the thickness and the length of the salmon. And we also use it for chicken breasts, and I will share an example of these with you. As you can see in the X-bar chart, we're consistently seeing at regular time intervals that the product is falling within the parameters that we've set forth. Similarly, the R chart is also demonstrating that we're within the upper and lower limits. However, when you translate this information to the capability histogram, you see that it's skewing to the lower end. And so we're missing the bullseye, and that can have significant impact in the quality of the finished product is going to skew small. And that is not something that we'd be proud to serve to our guests. So the actions that we would take in interpreting this data is that we would follow up with the vendor, and this product would be rejected. And we would need to ensure that proper controls are implemented to correct this situation.
Food vendors know they are subject to regular audits that are stricter than FDA standards when supplying Darden with ingredients.
So much of setting up a total quality program that is successful really lies in the type of education that we provide our vendors. And it's really an education process. Once they understand the importance of having antibiotic-free seafood and salmonella-free seafood, they understand the controls that have to be present in the growing areas. We go in and spend a lot of time with our team training our vendors and packers as to how to prevent contamination. Then, as part of the education process, we equip them to understand how to take samples to verify that their processes are indeed being followed. So they're in control of their quality processes, and we encourage them to do the same with their suppliers. So it goes up the chain, again, moving it upstream as much as we can. Our role then is to come in and conduct additional testing to verify that all of these processes have been consistently observed before the products are shipped.
These quality checks are part of a much bigger process that is key to Darden's success, its supply chain. That's because quality comes from the source and flows through distribution to the restaurant and its guests.
A specific example of what we've done with the growing areas, we call it our dirt-to-door program, is to actually go into the growing areas, not just the processor in the domestic U.S. market, but actually ask them, okay, where are you sourcing your tomatoes? Where are you sourcing your lettuce outside of the U.S. or even within the U.S.? And we have gone into the growing areas in Mexico. We have spent time training the workers and training those who are running the operation on the importance of basics, the importance of ensuring that the water supply is not contaminated, the importance of ensuring that there are portable bathroom facilities with portable hand washing facilities. So the whole thing are just the basics of ensuring the water supply is good, that sanitation and personal hygiene is being observed, and then we request and demand that these practices be regularly observed and actually go in periodically to conduct assessments to ensure that these guidelines are being observed.
As evidence of Darden's commitment to quality, the company recently was awarded the food service industry's prestigious Black Pearl Award. It's one thing to win a prestigious award for quality, but the day-to-day challenge is making sure total quality management exists throughout the supply chain to every restaurant.
Our commitment to freshness and wholesomeness is our top priority, and it extends all the way from the farm to the fork, from the pond to the plate. And so these controls are in place all the way through. That means that we have to check temperatures in the distribution centers, we have to check temperatures in the trucking lines, and check temperatures again when the products arrive in the restaurants to ensure that they are at the temperature that we expect them to be. So for example, if we're looking at fresh fish, the manager would be responsible for temping that product when it arrives and smelling it and ensure its wholesomeness. Not only are they temp there, they are also, the temperatures are taken periodically throughout the day after the products are prepped and cooked Before they go to the gas, the temperatures are going to be taken again to ensure that the proper cooking temperatures were attained. And then, when we're proud of its finished look and knowing that it's fresh and wholesome, then we'll serve it to our guests.
There's no easy route to quality, but Darden has found all the handles to good quality and makes them work. First, it had to define quality and customer expectations of quality. Notice, part of that expectation is fresh fish, not frozen, fresh. Then Darden had to design a product, a menu, in Darden's case, that reflected that quality. Darden built a process, working back from wait and kitchen staff, to kitchen operations, to inventory and delivery, building, indeed putting together piece by piece, a supply chain that could deliver the desired quality.
Part of that process includes statistical process control charts that note the expected mean, called the X-bar chart, and the range, or R chart. Virtually all manufacturers, including this juice company, Nantucket Nectar, and this candy maker, Shelly Belly, use statistical process control charts to ensure adherence to specifications.
Worldwide sourcing, tight standards, good training, and the tools described in your text ensure the design quality. This is true for all sectors of our economy, just as it's true for manufacturers and at Darden, where statistical process control is used to ensure quality from farm to fork.